Shut up! You rats with wings!
The bloke's been looking for his boy Nemo.
They're taking you, Harry!
Mine?
Hello and welcome to another deck database update. In this video, we will be covering the most recent update to the deck database, Outlaws of Thunder Junction. If you prefer reading about this update, check out the link in the description to be directed to the Reddit post that will also cover this update. As a disclaimer, as always, I am not affiliated with the deck database. I am just a community member. Any complaints or feedback for the deck database should be directed to the staff in the Discord. Links can be found in the description. Before checking out the update itself, let's look at some community notes from the managers regarding the delay between the last update and this one. Apologies for the slow update this cycle. There were a combination of real-life priorities and discussions around changes that delayed the rollout. Before we look at the adjustments to the deck database for this update, we want to let you know a bit about those changes. Although we cannot give details right now, because they are in the process of being refined, we will be adjusting some of how the deck database is used to make deck lists available. The first of these changes will be a significant cleanup of the main page. For that, we are hoping to get public feedback to help steer our direction. You can provide that feedback on this form. Fill out the form as many times as you'd like, as we'd like each submission of the form to only discuss a single list or single category, so we can get more detailed feedback. We do ask that you have some level of experience either playing with or against a list when you provide your feedback though. Along with the main page cleanup, we will also be changing some things about the archives section, the process for how the Brewers Corner works, and changing some of the requirements for deck submissions to be considered in future updates. Our hope is to roll these changes out together and as soon as possible, but we can't currently promise that will be in the next update, though we will try our best to make it so. A link for the feedback form can be found in the description of this video. Starting off, we have 9 new Brewers Corners entries, which includes the Master Transcendent, Tameshi, 2 Atali Primal Conqueror lists, 3 Stella Lee lists, a 5-color Sisei list, and Timna Dargo. The Master Transcendent list, titled The Food Chain Master Caterpillar Transcendent Caterpillar by Larva Flaccidia, is a mid-range toolbox deck that makes use of a robust creature package with graveyard synergies to win using creature-based combos. Some notable cards from this list include Saw in Half, Hoarding Broodlord, and Food Chain. The Tameshi list, titled Beyblade Let It Rip by Naystrom, is a self-described mid-range control deck that seeks to generate infinite mana and secure wins by milling the table with Codex Shredder or through the extorting effects of Blind Obedience. Some notable cards from this list include Lotus Bloom, Surveyor's Scope, and Mind Over Matter. The Tuatali list by Pub Stomper 96 and Comedian make use of creature-based combos to generate infinite mana to then abuse the ETB effect of the commander. The two lists are pretty similar to one another, with some light differences in the number of combos and cards needed to support these combos. Some notable cards from these lists include Food Chain, Cloudstone Curio, and Shared Summons. Our next entry to the Brewers Corner is Stella Lee, which has 3 new lists from Halopage, Inazuma, and Freedom Waffle. All 3 lists make use of the commander to accumulate early value, while also using Resilient Izzet staples to secure and threaten several win attempts. Some notable cards that highlight the uniqueness of this commander include Twisted Fealty, Twitch, and Tidal Boar. A new 5-color Sisei deck has also made its way onto the Brewers Corner, titled Cow, Animal Farm, Pig by Etalos. This deck describes itself as a mid-range creature combo deck. It seeks to utilize an infinite mana outlet in the command zone to win games. Some notable cards from this list include Dieta, Binder of Wills, Chromatic Orrery, and Cultist of the Absolute. The final list to be added to the Brewers Corner is a Timna Dargo list titled Mad Pod, again by Etalos. This list is described as being an all-in turboing out of Arena Rector to initiate a 1-card combo win condition. Some notable cards from this list include Luca, Coppercoat Outcast, Pyre of Heroes, and Altar of Dementia. Moving on to the main page additions, we have 6 new lists. Our first new list goes into the existing Shorikai section and is titled ISO-Rev Shorikai by Seto Kaiba 46. Unlike the other Shorikai list on the deck database, this one opts out of polymorph effects for a high-impact creature package. Next up, we have a new Talion list by Kokokov titled Talion You Play, I Draw. Like the other Talion lists, this one aims to take advantage of a strong value engine from the command zone to maintain control of the game by diffusing fast turbo decks and outvaluing other mid to late game decks. It then wins using typical Dimir win conditions. A new Niv Mizzet list also joins the main page titled Primal Niv by Shauna Gillis. This list is described as a proactive control deck that aims to mulligan for ramp pieces. It seeks to control the table while it assembles a Curiosity win condition. Some notable cards from this deck list include Toloria West, Stubborn Denial, and Nezahal Primal Tide. A new Rocco deck also joins the main page by Luis Gamez under the name of Rock the Dinner Rush. This deck is described as a turbo toolbox type list that aims to outpace all other archetypes within the metagame by making use of reliable mana ramp and a robust tutor package with high impact targets to assemble protected wins with Kiki-Jiki Mirror Breaker. A new Sultai list joins the Tevesh Thrasios section on the main page. This mid-range deck by Xantrios, entitled Long Glades Tentacles, is like existing list on the deck database that uses a powerful commander pairing in a high-quality card pool, which allows it to play fast, flexible, and a consistent game plan. Under the Temur Thrasios mid-range section of the deck database, a new pairing joins in the form of Thrasios Rograk. This list by Riddell and titled Temur Spring seeks to drop bait cards like Underworld Breach and Polymorph to make infinite mana with various combinations to then dump into a guaranteed outlet in the command zone. Some notable cards from this list include Lorien Revealed, Guild Artisan, and Eternal Witness. And now we come to the sad part of this update. Decks that have been removed from the main page due to inactivity, and categories that have been retired to the outdated section. Please enjoy this reading of a poem while we honor those who have come and gone. In the halls where decks ascend with strategies profound, a list submitted, hopes held high, in search of acclaim renowned. Yet the judges of the cEDH realm, with discerning watchful eyes, weigh each card, each synergy, beneath analytical skies. First they seek the engines, the combos, refined and sleek, each piece a cog in victory's march, without a hint of weak. But alas, your list, though valiant, lacked the crucial core, the synergy that binds successes, that opens destiny's door. Second, the speed and consistency paramount in their gaze, for cEDH demands precision swift in its intricate maze. Your mana base, they found, was slow, lacking in its stride. To race against the finest, it needed swifter tide. Third, the resilience tested against disruption's cruel decree. Can your strategy weather the storms or crumble under glee? Alas, vulnerabilities found where shields should have been strong, left doubts within their careful minds where doubts oft do belong. And lastly, the innovation sought the spark that sets aflame a new approach, a bold idea to change the meta's game. Yet familiarity loomed large, a deck well-trodden path, innovation slight, if any failed to escape their wrath. So with regret the verdict passed, the list denied its fame. Not for lack of effort, heart, or love put in its name, but for the stringent standards held in cEDH's embrace. Your list, though worthy, didn't meet the challenge they did place. But fear not, O deck builder, for each rejection paves the way to hone your craft, refine your art for a brighter, skillful day. In the realms of competitive EDH, where only the best survive, your journey continues onward to keep your dreams alive. And that's it for this update video on Thunder Junction for the deck database. If you're interested in finding some more update videos for the deck database, please consider giving a subscribe to the channel. I also have some gameplay videos that I'm working on, some of which will be in a long form and short form. They should be coming out soon, and I hope to roll out content like that in a more consistent basis, but we'll see. I do this as a hobby. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good one.